These are my well-loved distress ink pads. They've been around for nearly 20 years now, and I use mine all the time. They are a dye-based ink that is water reactive, and there are so many fun ways to use them. The Distress Ink Pad line started out with, I think, maybe 10 colors and has grown to 61 colors, with one more set to release before the end of the year. Because they're water reactive, you can have a lot of fun playing around with different water techniques. My favorite is just doing a regular distress background like you see me doing here. I smoosh the pads onto my media mat and then dip my paper into them and using my heat it tool to dry between the layers so that I'm layering the colors. If the layers weren't dried in between, they would just all mix together. I'm creating this background on mixed media heavy stock because it can handle the water. And I just love the effect that it creates. You can also use the Distress ink pads to do some ink blending. I like to use ink blending brushes to do this. You could also use ink blending tools or foam daubers and whatnot. Once you've ink blended your background, you could leave it as is, or you can splatter water on it just to get the water reaction from it. And it probably doesn't need to be said, I'm only using 3 colors here. You could use any combination of the 61 to get a similar effect and do it to your taste. And you can also get distress ink pad re-inkers so that when your ink pads run dry, because they do from use, you can just re-ink the pads. The refills are a dropper bottle style, so you can just add as much or as little as your ink pads are needing. I've been using these pads for years, love them, highly recommend.